channel. If you're new here, hey. If not, hey girl, hey boy, hey. It's your girl Shay. So today, I asked my Instagram some questions. So recently, I just hit 10,000 subscribers on Instagram. So, in natural fashion, I did a Q&A on Instagram. And, you know, it was a whole bunch of questions. So, after seeing the list of questions, I decided that I just need to probably make a longer video and a longer platform to answer these questions. Okay. So, I will do a whole separate video about how I got to 10K, what I did. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in another video. But for this video, we just want to answer some questions. So that's just how simple as it is. I have to get dressed to go to do some like content. So other content. So in natural form, I'm going to get dressed and we are going to answer some questions. Okay. So first off, I do want to say, if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? Like, literally, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you following me on Instagram? There's so much more to see, you know? And also, in that same breath, if you're not following me on TikTok, why not? Like, what's holding you back from following me on TikTok? Because that's the crazy thing. I'm trying a new primer. It's not necessarily new to me. I used it some years ago and I didn't like it, but I just got basically some like free stuff and like a whole lot of like free sample products recently from this company. So yeah, we're gonna try it. It is called the Professional Pore Primer. So I don't know, we're gonna see how it works. But anywho's, that's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is to hear these questions. So question number 1, and it says, what made you want to make a YouTube? I'm assuming like a YouTube channel. The reason why I always wanted to make a YouTube channel is when I first started this channel. I don't know how many ever years ago it was that I did. I did it kind of like to break myself out of a shell. Kind of really shy and I'm still kind of shy. I'm kind of like reserved. So like the initial reason for making the channel was to just like really just, I don't know, really just to show myself I could do it, really just more of like a determination factor. So that is why, and now why I continue to make YouTube videos, because I like to do it. I find it very entertaining, very relaxing. It's more of like a hobby-ish that I can make money off of. It's not really something that I'll say a hobby, because it still is a business, because it still is that. It's still like a brand, but I just enjoy doing it, really. Point blank per. Next question. Are you single? I don't know. Hold on. I can't get this top on. I don't know how many times I gotta answer this question. Am I single? Am I dating anybody? Because I get this question all the time. And yes, I'm single. Am I dating? No, I'm not dating. I'm not dating. Well, I'm not dating publicly. I guess that's not even a term, because like I'm not dating anyone. Like, of course, it's like, you know, there's a person I'm talking to, you know, getting to know, whatever, kind of like, you know, interested. But am I single? Yes. Am I mingling? No, not really, not at all. So yeah, that's that. I am, yeah. So to answer your question for the 12th time, yes, I'm single. But just because I'm single does not mean I'm available to you. So let's remember that. Let's all respect that boundary. I'm single, but just not for you. I need to. Next up, where do I see myself in 5 years? On a yacht. Just kidding, not really. But continue doing things that I love. I hope to be a little further in my YouTube career, and or the career that I'm going to school for. To be, obviously, when we done with school, probably have my LPC in 5 years. So, basic stuff. Probably, I don't know, because I'll be 5 years from now. I'll be 34. So I don't know yet. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat today. Okay. Why you haven't texted me back? Because you lied about breaking up with your girlfriend. Can I take you on a date? This goes back to my question about being single. No. Just because I am single does not mean I want to go on a date with you or anyone else for that matter, besides who I choose to do it with. I just not interested. Do you hance a boyfriend? I'm assuming he says have, but we already talked about that. So, next thing. Any tips on remaining focused and being confident? I like this question because I feel like that there's this sense, like I am confident, I'm confident in myself. I can't say that I'm always confident, and I'm confident every day because every day presents its different challenges. Okay, so it's okay not to always feel 100% about yourself 100% of the time, because you're human. We are imperfect beings, but being confident and just understanding the power that you personally have is that. And I don't really like to let other people's perceptions of me or how they may feel about me really affect me that much, because I simply put, I don't care. I don't care that much. Like, I really don't. And there's no way that I can, give you tips on how not to care that much, because simply, maybe it's trauma that's making me like that. I just don't care how people see me. I really feel like that I like to live in my own personal truths, wherever or whatever that may be for you, because I don't know, I just don't really focus on other people's perception of me, and as far as remaining focused, because I keep seeing this post on TikTok, I guess it's a sound on TikTok. It's more or less like saying, if you cannot be, if you aren't disciplined, just keep doing it. Well, not disciplined. If you're not focused, just keep doing it, because whatever it is, if you keep doing it, just don't stop doing it. Whatever it is YouTube. If you feel like that, your video is not getting any views, or you feel like that, your Instagram channel, you're not getting any traffic, just keep doing it, because if you stop, then you gave up. So it's just staying consistent. If you can't stay like really confident, stay consistent. And you need to remain focused. And as far as like being able to remain focused is just doing it because you like to do it. Don't do it out of the force of other people, force of other things, because you're in this for you, okay? And you only. Like, I don't know off the top of my head how many years I've been doing YouTube. I really don't know, but it took me, matter of fact, let's double check. So I just fact checked, and I have been doing YouTube for 4 years. 4 whole years. I can't say the whole 4 years that I've been consistent, because I don't think that I really have. I've been consistent-ish. But then there's a point, 2 years ago, I got like extremely consistent once I moved to Atlanta, because I was stuck in the house and we was all stuck in the house together. So I felt like, we should do it. And then when I started off doing YouTube videos, I was literally just doing like beauty content. I wasn't doing like any vlogs. I wasn't doing any of that type of stuff. It was just straight beauty, doing my makeup and just kind of like reviewing products. I still kind of review products and stuff like that, but I was like really set on being a beauty YouTuber. I was set on a particular type of niche, just because I do like beauty, I do like makeup, I do like looking nice. But over the 4 years, I kind of felt like that I evolved a little bit more, and I just really didn't want to just be one. Just stick to one thing, because it's really easy just to be like, oh, that's such and such, she's a beauty influencer. Like, I just want to be myself, really. And not that I don't feel like beauty is really being myself. It's just really being true to myself, which helps me focus and stay confident, because if I'm being true to myself rather than just trying to fit a narrative of, oh yeah, she does beauty content. Like, I just want to be really lifestyle beauty. I do be cooking sometimes, but I don't really be cooking for real, because why? I just feel like that just being true to yourself, being true to you, what feels the most comfortable for you, is what also can help you feel confident. I'm trying to make sure my eyebrow don't look crazy. And we got the next question. What keeps me motivated? So I feel like what keeps me motivated to do all the things that I do, because I'm in school, like I said, a lot. But I'm about to finish school. I just have my one summer class and my internship next year, and I will be done. Thank you, baby Jesus. So yeah, I will be done in just a short couple of, like, less than a year. And also, I do YouTube. Also, I work full-time. I have a full-time job that I go to Monday through Friday. A 9 to 5, you will say, because, beauty don't just pay the bills. But yeah, so I do a lot. And what keeps me motivated is because if I don't do it, then I don't have nobody to do it. So it's either I do it or it doesn't get done. So that's kind of it, It's more of a survival task. But I mean, I do like, what I do. I do like having a lot on my plate, if you will. Sometimes it's a little bit too much. Sometimes it could be less. But overall, I mean, I'm motivated because I got to. Ain't nobody, this ship don't move if I don't drive it. So when you the captain, you just gotta get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And just staying consistent. Just, and also I have like I don't know, I have this thing where like, I guess it's like content creator guilt, really, because like I feel like when I'm not really like posting, that's kind of like hard to get back. So it's just kind of like I just need to post. But I'm really getting out of that because I gotta make sure I'm well enough to even post something that's worth posting. And not just post just to post. I don't really believe in posting just to post because it just doesn't seem authentic. So, boom. I literally missed a whole, because I screenshotted this, so I missed a whole list of questions. So let me get that done and I'm gonna come back. On to work. But anyways, back to the questions. So, because I screenshotted the questions and I put them on my, and I put them on my iPad because I film off my phone, so I had to find them. But anyways, as I was saying before with the questions, so the follow-up question is, what do I have against Atlanta? Because I do talk about Atlanta a lot. I do give Atlanta a lot of hate, what it may seem to other people. It may seem that I hate living here. But the reason why the question says why I'm against dating in Atlanta. That's what it says. But the reason why I would say I'm like really against dating in Atlanta, because I haven't had good experiences. My experiences is just that. It's not nobody else's experiences. So you may have had an amazing experience. You may have met the love of your life in Atlanta. And girl, God, I'm happy for you. But I have little patience with human interaction, period. All right. But continuously going on dates and they continuously ended up in the same way, that just taught me that maybe I need to sit down and figure some stuff out. That's all. So that's why I was just like, yeah, I'm not dating in Atlanta, because I have this whole reel on Instagram that's like, you know, I think it's like that sound like, what do you like, or what you don't like, or something like that. I don't really remember exactly how the sound is like prefaced, but that's the gist of it, really. But yeah, I don't date in Atlanta. I'm not really interested in dating in Atlanta, like I said before. It just, I don't know. I just feel like Albert Einstein said, you keep doing something over and over, then you're insane, basically. So, and I choose not to play those games. I have other things to be worrying about. Okay, as I have discussed previously. Why do I bash men on my channel? I don't think that I bash men on my channel. I think that I state my opinion. I don't ever think I say anything that is directly bashed towards men. I just speak about my experience with the different type of people that I've dated, I've experienced or hung out with, talked to, courted, been courted by, that type of stuff. And if you feel like that's bashing men, then maybe we need to readjust maybe just shut up, actually. Because like I said, I don't think I bash men. I'm not a men hater, not a man hater. I just call it how I see it, my experiences, and I experience what I experience, and I just talk about it. So maybe, just maybe, if men did not want to be, I'm not saying all men, but maybe if people just were to not be fucking dicks. I know you got one, don't mean you gotta be one, right? Then we wouldn't have this problem. Then we really wouldn't have this problem. So, yeah, that's that. I don't know. I feel like, do y'all think I bash men? I really want to know. Like, curious minds are really wondering. Because I don't feel like I do. But if you've been victimized by this channel, you can always turn it off. I just want to let you know. It's always one click away to unfollow me, to unsubscribe to my channel, to mute me if you still want to show support, but you don't. Or you could just not click on my video. I think that is the most simple way that I could put it. If you don't want to hear what I gotta say on a channel that's free for you to follow, then you don't have to follow. You could just go about your regular day without me and without my input. Only person in this world that you gotta listen to is your mama, and I don't got one. So, yeah. Right. Anywho's, next question. Why do I want to move out of Atlanta so bad? Because it's ghetto. It's not given the same. I don't know. When I moved here a few years ago, like 2 years ago, it wasn't terrible. But I feel like now crime has really gotten really out of hand, and nobody's doing nothing to stop it. Nobody's doing absolutely nothing. So it's really wild living in a place, and you have to hope when you come back to your car that your windows are still there. You can't go out and enjoy yourself sometimes. You can, and I do go out and I do have fun. But I don't know. Atlanta is a very expensive city, and the quality for the price of something that you're paying, to live in the city or to live here, is not really equivalent. If you ask me, I feel like the amount of money that people spend on basic necessities is generally out of pocket. And it's not just because they just do it, it's just luxury for them, but it's because they have to. Especially the price of living. I think that's just it. That's one of the biggest things. The price of living. If you live in an apartment, then the price that you spend, to live in that apartment is usually not worth the amount of money. One of the areas that I do think is really nice, and if I had to stay in Atlanta and I would go, would probably be Sandy Springs. But the problem with Sandy Springs, if you're from Atlanta and you know anything about the city and how the city kind of works itself, Sandy Springs is really nice, actually. Sandy Springs is still, more on the expensive side to live in, but Sandy Springs is far, and right now, and for the past, it feels like forever, ever since I've been coming to Atlanta, 400 has been, 400 is a highway. Let's just be clear about that. It's a highway that takes you from the city of Atlanta all the way to Sandy Springs. And that highway has been being worked on for the past umpteen years. And now, lately, the highway has gotten even worse. Like, it's a little hot mess express. I don't like going to Sandy Springs. To be honest, my sister lives in Sandy Springs, and I don't really see them that often because, for one, just because they live in Sandy Springs, but because of how busy kids stuff. But I really do want to see my nephew. He graduated high school not so long ago, so I do want to see him before he plans to go off to college. But they be working. But beyond that, driving on 400 to get Sandy Springs is like, it gives me anxiety. It gives me the same feeling that I have when I try to come from the south side. Like if I'm coming off of like Riverdale Road and I'm getting onto, I think that's 85. I'm not exactly sure. To come back up to the city. I don't know. Like, people keep telling me if I moved out of the city, then, I'll probably like Atlanta a little bit better. And granted, I could take that. If I moved to Sandy Springs, I might like it a little better. But coming to the city from Sandy Springs to be a headache. And then there's also other little parts. But my thing is that, like, I like staying in the city. Because the way Atlanta is set up is that, like, Atlanta's not a walkable city. Like, so say if I stayed in, like, Midtown, I could walk around, I could go to stores, but I still need my cars to go to, like, Target, the grocery stores. I guess grocery stores, not unless you, like, want to get it delivered, or, like, Walmart. So you still have to drive. Because there's, like, only, if you live in the city, there's only one actual Walmart in, like, the Buckhead, Midtown, downtown. There's only one Walmart, and that's in Midtown. So it wasn't like West Midtown, which is still Midtown, whatever. So yeah, so it's a lot when it comes to like traffic. It's a lot when it comes to the price of what you're paying for your apartment and what you actually get. My apartment recently went up, and the price that I pay for my apartment is not a terrible price, but just like when I was saying before, my other videos that I'm trying to move and I want to move, the price that I'm paying or that I would pay for those apartments is not worth having my car broken into. Just having all the other things that you just have to deal with. Like, granted, in my apartment complex, people do break in cars. I am thankful that Shalonda has been spared, but I also drive a Honda, and I feel like that even if I want to get like a nicer car, like those things like getting like a Mercedes or something, that it's just someone's gonna break into your stuff. If they see you with nice stuff, they gonna break it, basically. And I don't like that. I don't know, but like I said, my views are just that, It may be skewed because I do live in the city, but let me tell you, it be ghetto. Okay, the city is ghetto. Where am I moving once? Where are you moving? Where are you going to move once you move out of LA? I mean, Atlanta. I said LA. Boy, I can't read. But I don't know. I don't know, really. Charlotte, maybe. I think my Charlotte. Georgia has a whole bunch of, laws that's going on that I'm not really interested in. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Trying to figure things out. I have a year to figure it out. Well, less than a year to figure it out, but it'll get figured out, It will get figured out. I just know I don't want to spend another year in this apartment, in this area, so I'll figure it out eventually. But I am thinking about Charlotte. I thought about trying to move. My sister, my older sister, she stays in DC. I thought about trying to move closer to my older sister. Definitely not moving back to New Orleans. So it's going to be a hard no for me. Not moving back to South Carolina. That's a double hard no for me. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because I think my sister, she stays in DC, but she stays like on the Virginia side. But DC is expensive. Like, DC is extremely expensive. So I don't know if I can live there. But yeah. So haven't decided yet. I figured out. What are your favorite and least favorite things about Atlanta? We talked about a little bit about my least favorite things. But like I said, I don't like traffic. And it's not just regular traffic. It's like the weekend traffic, because you got a lot of people who are coming here from different places on the weekend. So they just be here. They don't know how to drive in Atlanta. They be driving slow. I don't like that. And another thing about traffic out here, two things about that. So Atlanta has like some, I don't even know if homeless is the right word, or unhomed, or whatever it is, but what we're going to call them is panhandlers, because that's exactly what they are. So Atlanta is notorious for having panhandlers. Like, I know, like any major city, you have a whole lot of panhandlers, but these panhandlers are in the middle of intersections. I'm not talking about on the side with their little cup, you know, can you spare change? I'm talking about they're literally in the street. You're driving your car in the lane, and they're standing in the lane on green lights. Panhandling. That is dangerous. All right? That is dangerous. And people having their kids out here. It's like 100 degrees in Atlanta any given day during the summertime. And yesterday, I saw some kids out there with their parents sitting on hot concrete. I think they had like a blanket or a towel or something down, but just outside. And them darn water boys, aka scammer boys, be out there taking people money. Panhandling. That's basic. That's exactly what they doing. Panhandling. And the thing that I don't like about that is that the people who out here who are panhandling, asking for money, right? These are the same people. But hold on, let me say this. Those people are not getting in trouble, but you see these little black boys out here trying to sell some water. Granted, you know, either one of them, they're not in the best situation, but they will arrest or confiscate all the water boys' water, but they're not telling these panhandlers to move. You don't find that suspicious? But anyways, I don't like that. Like I said, I don't like traffic. I don't like how high things are. And I'm not talking about like rent. We talked about that. Rent's high. Rent's high everywhere. Literally, basic necessities high everywhere. Gas is high everywhere. Right? It's just high. But getting into restaurants, you gotta pay. Okay, for example, there's this restaurant I've really been wanting to go to. You have to pay $120 for brunch to be able to make the reservation, right? You gotta pay it. If you don't pay it, you can't go. All right, cool, get it. So I'm like, okay, so if I'm going to pay this, so let me just look at like the details. So basically, with that, you get like you get $100. When you get there, your $100 is going towards your food. Okay, but if you don't spend the complete $100, then you don't get your money back. That's just that. And I'm just like, okay, well, let me look at the menu to see if it's even worth it. So I look at the menu. Nothing's on that menu is over $45. There's one thing that's $45 and that is it. So you're telling me that if I don't spend $100, then I lose whatever money is left, right? I can't take it back. You don't refund me. You don't do anything. That's just that. And this is for brunch. So that means I'm forced to spend all this money on food, which either way is a con. And I don't like that, because usually when I go out, I do say that, like, oh, and you have 20% gratuity that you have to pay. So I'm assuming that's what the $20 is for. So you have to pay the $20 towards gratuity, but you have to, and if your bill's over $100 and this is $100 per person. So if your bill's over $100, then you have to pay whatever plus gratuity. All right, cool. But if it's under $100, you still keep your $100 and they still charge you the 20% gratuity. I think that's a scam. And then also at this place, booking a reservation is absolutely almost impossible, because they're always booked out. But the regular dinner options is really, really feasible, because you have to pay $50. And like I said, anything on the menu is $45 and under, so that understands, and you just pay whatever. But then you gotta pay for parking, so it's just a lot. So you gotta pay a whole bunch of money just to go out and eat. So if you go out and eat, so say for example, if I'm spending $100 to go eat, well, I have $100 and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go eat, and that's usually I just spend money on taking myself to dinner and stuff like that. So I spend $100, and then I gotta pay for parking. I gotta pay the tip, because you gotta tip. You gotta pay your tip, and at the end of it, you spend anywhere between $150, $160 to $300. And I have no problem doing that, but the quality of food don't be where it needs to be for me to be feeling comfortable to spend that much money on food consistently. I don't know. That's just me. Let me know if I'm being cheap. Whatever. But within that, my favorite things to do is, like, Atlanta has a lot. Well, favorite things about Atlanta. Atlanta has a lot of other opportunities. I like going out to eat. I love going out to restaurants. That's my favorite thing. And Nobu's about to open up soon, so I'm pretty excited about that. I need to see if I can go ahead and make reservations online prior to it opening, because I know it's gonna be packed. So I like going out to restaurants. Just being able to be everything's so close together, even though it may take you a long time to get there. Everything's right here, so I do like that aspect. I do like my friends that I did meet out here. There are some genuine people here and there, anywhere in between. So yeah, all in all, Atlanta's not terrible. Okay, it's just got a lot. There's a lot going on. But yeah, y'all, that is all the questions I have. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to put them down in the description box. Please also feel free to follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. All that information is down below. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you next time.